Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day or great night or whatever it is in your part of the world, doing whatever it is that you do. As for me, I'm depressed as hell as always, and I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight, but I've decided to get off my ass and actually do something. Good night, you girl. How you doing, dude? Thank you for dropping in. And once again, hello YouTube. Over the last couple of days, I've been using enhanced broadcasting to stream at 2K on Twitch. But my internet connection is not strong enough to stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That is just not something that I can do. So the last couple of days I've been playing The Last of Us Part 1 on Twitch. That will go up on YouTube at some point. And I've been playing Hitman as always. I've not been doing terribly much Gabriel Knight recording because I've been sick as hell. I still am. But for tonight I have dropped the resolution back to 720. We really don't need a very high resolution for this game. Tonight we are playing Riven, the sequel to Myst. Yes, that is its name. It is not Riven, it is Riven, the sequel to Myst. If I get it wrong, call me out on it. This is a blind playthrough similar to my playthrough of Myst a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm looking forward to this, but I've played a little bit of already, just testing and making sure it works. And already I'm feeling very intimidated, so yeah, I think we'll just dive straight into this and see how we go. The original release of Riven, the sequel to Myst. You're getting it wrong. That should say Riven, the sequel to Myst, not Riven. Alright, just loading up paint.net in the background. So I think I'm going to need to take notes during this game as well. Do I have a paint.net window here? Bear with me a moment, chat. I just need to make sure something's set up. Left-hand screen. Which one of my scenes had paint.net set up? And this is how you know I'm not prepared for this. Okay, PS5 notifications for Myst. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a zoom, similar to what I did last time. I'm going to have to do something like this, but I'll sort that out when we get going. And paint.net, yeah, I can make it appear by clicking that box or that little eye icon there. All right, let's get going. You're a dudette. Apologies, dude. Dudette. I see dude as a gender neutral term. So I'll try and remember that, I promise. Do I have PlayStation Plus Premium? No, I don't. If I did, I would not have time to play anything. I just purchase the games that I like the looks of or that I remember playing in my youth and check them out. Yeah, I'll get better at some points, but I just can't get over this damn cough. Been sick for God knows how long now. Right, Riven, the sequel to Myst, press any button. Which one's the any button? There. Dude is more gendered. Are you in America? Guessing? Or England? I've seen that place. In America/Canada, dude is more for guys. I'll try and bear that in mind, promise. That's a super weird fish. Looks like it's got arms growing out of the left and right of its mouth. Will we actually get other people this time? Is it going to show me everything in the game here? Because I recognise the first location. No thank you. Those look freaky as well. I really don't know much about this other than apparently it's much larger than Myst. And yeah, I will adjust the zoom shortly. I'm sorry, I was on mute. I just let out a huge laugh. I was coughing before that, so I was on mute. So I just let out a huge laugh at that. You just assumed from the stereotype that Australians would call women Sheilas. No. That seems more like an older generation thing, if you ask me. Like, I don't want to say exactly how old I am, but I don't think I've ever referred to a lady as a Sheila in my entire life. Alright, well I press the any button, but we're back here. Yeah, I think the word Sheila is sort of on the way out, but I get that there's a certain group of the populace who would still use that word for sure. Right, so... Okay, I see what happened. So I pressed the any button, but I waited too long and we got the, I'll call it the sizzle reel. Alright, hitting game stars. Acclaim Entertainment Incorporated presents. That's what they put on the door of the women's washroom at Outback Steakhouse. I was there for dinner with my parents earlier this week. Nice, but not nice. Yeah, very, very stereotypical. I promise you the majority of us, or at least ones I work with and are friends with, aren't that bad. Promise. We're a tiny bit more respectful than that. Not much more respectful, but a little bit. I can promise you that. Atris, whatever your name is.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there. Keep it well hidden. For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. But it's actually a one-man prison. You'll need it, I'm afraid.
Isn't that where we are now?
Capture again.
Capture who?
Once you've found Catherine, signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back. There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to the place that you came from.
Before Myst. Alright, so I don't know much except that we're going to a place called Riven. I don't know if we have a linking book or not to get us out of there, but he's going to try and follow us. And meanwhile, while that cutscene was playing, I'm just trying to adjust the zoomed in copy. Good night, Jago. I can't remember the name on the men's bathroom. You want to say Joey's, but that's a baby kangaroo. It's Joey's. Nothing's coming to mind. Who are you?
Jo? Feriaje. Kaitaware po. Namodo wipo me po. Tagema. Rekoa. Tagema. Busu rekoa. Wisirapo. Wisirapo. Umutika bukua nai. Wisirapo. Umutika bukua nai. Bukua nai. Wisirapo. Bukua nai. Bukua nai. Bukua nai.
Oh. Also, English mofo, do you speak it? I think I need to watch this again just to make sure I haven't missed anything, like names and whatnot. I feel like I've missed a lot of things already. Also, I've turned the volume up by about 2 decibels. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'll keep an eye on this. Nightingale, what distribution platform do I use? Whoa. Did he just break that lever, or did he break the book? Don't know. I'm just going to need a minute. Let me do this. That's probably as best as I can get at that short notice. Just add zoom in there. And then as far as paint.net is concerned, let me just enlarge that by 500%. So if I go over here and here's 5 notifications for Myst, if I click on this button here, that gives me my blank canvas with which to make notes and draw penises and whatever else. And then I need another minute or two just to grab some water and then we'll get going. Good night, girl. What distribution platform do I use to play these classic games? I'm either playing them on PS1, this is the PS1 version, playing on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. The one that I use on PC though is GOG. GOG for sure. Got a lot of good old games on there. No pun intended. You bought the original Deus Ex and Invisible War. Don't sell anyone, but I've also got Invisible War. I need to play through that someday. I've also got Deus Ex. I will play through that someday, but just finding time is hard. You also bought Hitman Codename 47, which I've never played, Silent Assassin, and Contracts. Those games are vastly different to any of the later Hitman games, but I think they are still worth playing, but the one you want is Blood Money. If you haven't played Blood Money, go check that one out. That one's awesome. Alright, let me just grab some water, and then we'll start exploring the world of Riven. Back in a sec. I'm dying, chat. I'm completely dying. You started Blood Money on the PS4, haven't finished it. Also have Absolution in the bundle. Nice. They're all worth playing to some extent, but in my opinion, the high points are the World of Assassination trilogy, obviously, and Blood Money. Everything else just isn't quite there, and honestly, Blood Money... I don't think Blood Money holds up terribly well, but it's okay. You've got about 47 years worth of Hitman content. Nice. So, similar to the first game, we have a cursor. We move it around. If we use the shoulder buttons, L2, L1, R1, and R2, it sort of teleports to these absolute positions on the page. Or on the screen, I should say. Like, it's not looking at objects here. And apart from that, I think square and circle do things, but X and triangle do not. I don't fully understand that, but there's a lot of things about old games that I do not understand, so, you know. Alright, let's start taking a look around, and I'll show you something that I did see immediately upon doing my testing. I hadn't watched the intro, but I did go over to the left. Just wish I can get over this damn cough. If I look this way, I can go forward a bit. We look down and... yeah. So I now know that someone that we saw in the intro, he tried to take our book, and someone else is taking the book. Well, let's start looking around. Looks like a helmet and a sword. Once again, cough my lungs up. You've had a lot of fun with what you played at Blood Money so far. I haven't really gone back to it since you originally streamed it on Twitch. Nice. Let me find your page right now. Done. Alright, this I think it might be an elevator of some sort. Not meant to do that. Oh my god, my voice. So we have 5 buttons here. They all appear to make the same sound. I'm guessing we'll find a combination to open that hatch later. Can't look up here. I can look in this. I don't see anything though. Got busy, distracted with other games. Yep. Story of my life. Maybe next year we'll start a sequence from the beginning and play all of the old entries in sequence. Nice. Can do like, oh, who is it that does that? It's not Gen P. I think it might be Agent 420. He likes to speedrun all of the games in sequence. He can do it. Oh my god. Alright, that there I think is something. Yeah, to me, this is an elevator of some sort, but we don't have access yet. I can jump over that pipe here. Can't move forward any further. I can look down there, there's a massive hole or a cliff. Nothing there really. This sword, can I do anything with it? I can't move forward here. I can't approach it on the right, so... I'm guessing it's just like a landmark or something. The lever. So, what? They broke the lever to ensure that this could not be concealed again? Not concealed, but locked up? Alright, up we go. What was Myst about? You've heard of it but never played it. Also, is it Myst or Myst? It is definitely Myst, M-I-S-T, although it's got a Y in it. It's basically a strange adventure game where you get teleported into a book and then you turn up on an island. And the island has a bunch of puzzles on it, and you solve the puzzles, and the puzzles take you to different worlds or different ages. And the idea is that you need to find pages, red pages or blue pages, like book pages, and you're bringing them back to try and free people who are trapped inside the red books and the blue books respectively. And that is basically Myst in a nutshell. It's a puzzle game where you just wander around. It's got very nice graphics, or nice graphics for back in the day, CD-ROM graphics. There's a bunch of weird puzzles which people really like for some reason. Oh my god, my voice is going. So we're up here, we've got 4 directions. We can go this way back to the stars. We can go in here. We can go out that way, and I did see something that way in my testing. I can go across the bridge behind me. What's in here? Whoa. Long animation. Okay, I can look through here and see a beetle rising on the wall, star on the right. If I push this again, does that move it back? No. Looks similar, but these are reversed perhaps. My voice is fucked. Okay, so it looks like we can push this 3 times, perhaps. Although I wish I'd come in here before I'd started pushing it. Oh god. Just like that, I'm lost, disorientated. Alright, so... the room rotates to the right, clockwise as I'm standing. And then it's like we can see through one of these walls, perhaps? That tiny dot there, we can look through that dot. Got a horrible feeling that this room is not how it originally was. So if I come into here from across the bridge... The door is on the right. Let me try pushing that again. I'll see if I can skip the animations. I've got no idea if that's a thing or not. This is not looking promising. I'm mashing all buttons and nothing's happening. I cannot skip any of this stuff. Nice. And by nice, I mean that's pretty fucked. Yeah, look at that. We only pushed it twice and now the door's on the left. Got us. You gotta get ready for a meeting. Oh, don't tell me you're watching me while you're working. Don't get yourself fired from me, please. Nice chatting. Have a great stream, dude. Thank you for dropping in, or Dudes. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it, and yeah. I will try to drink lots of water, and I'll try not to strain myself too much, I promise. Hope your meeting goes well, Dudes. I keep defaulting to dude. I'm so sorry. It's just how I was brought up, I guess, but yeah. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it, man. Gal. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Okay, we're looking at a massive structure through that door. Yeah, hope your meeting goes well, and thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. So we can potentially turn this room around and go to the right. I just need to push that twice. Noted for now. Let's go down here. Yeah, that door is locked. We can't get through it. Never mind, we can crawl underneath it just like that. Alright, so what are we looking at? Another peephole. So same room again. I should have really checked to see how many facets there were in that room. I suspect there's 5, like a star. Which means the bridge is over to the left. There's writing on each of the walls except for the ones with the door. Don't know what to make of that just yet. If I was to go back, I could do a rewind, but I won't do that just yet. I'll do that later. If I push that thing 3 times, does this place change? Yeah, so there's a star on the ground, 5-pointed star. I'm standing in the doorway here, there's space there, then we got the door. And then we got some other walls here. I assume we cannot make out this handwriting or whatever it is. Oh my god. Oh. Thanks, game. I hate it. So... about the lights down here. I assume each one of these has a ripcord that we can pull. And that does something, but I'm not sure what just yet. So I can stare through the peephole and we see one of these. But what's the significance of that? So we're rotating this room clockwise. I need to push it 3 times to get this door here to appear directly in front of us. And just like that, I've had a thought. Let me go back right now, because what's going to happen is that room on the side is going to offer us another entrance into this room. If this is not it, I will rewind. Just going to slake my thirst. Not really helping. So if I pull this again, or push this button again, I should say. Now if I go around to the side, we should be able to enter this place. Maybe. I don't know. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Does this lead me anywhere? It does not. So if I push this twice more, that'll give us a new place to go on the left, perhaps. What's the purpose of these ripcords, though? We can look through the holes, we can see inside the room, but I'm not sure to what end just yet. Okay, let me go back here. I'll push this twice more. And then let's go around the side again and see if we can see another room on the left-hand side. So we've got a locked door on the left of us. There is a locked door here. There is a locked door here, which I've not investigated. And just on the right-hand side here, between this door and the door leading to the bridge, that here on the left-hand side is where we are popping out of the side entrance. So basically, I expect we're going to come through the left-hand side, and then perhaps there's going to be a door right here. Whether it's going to be open or not is anyone's guess. Unless you played the game and already know the answer. Don't spoil me. But that's going to be what I check next. So this will probably be the last check that I do in this area, apart from maybe checking the pinhole directly ahead of me. Yeah, right now this tells me nothing. I just see the beetles and nothing more. So if I go this way... and go back into the room. So we have a door on the left in front of us. Not a door, but a doorway. Ah, are we below the elevator perhaps? Or whatever it was. I didn't really want to zoom in that far, game, but thank you. This frame rate is suffering, holy shit. I'm not even certain why. This is basically PowerPoint the game. I don't know why the frame rate is chugging like that. Right, we're coming down here so I can... I'm pushing left there, but nothing's happening, so I can only push that or have it up and then going up or going to the right here. I've only got two options. Oh my god, my voice. What am I looking at here? That sure as hell looks like the contraption outside. It's got the same design. That's bulb, the two things on the side. We can look through here. I'll look up. Maybe that steam was obstructing whatever we could see through the viewport, so let me go back there. Let me see if anything's changed. I'm dying, chat. Oh, that lever. And something else here. I seize it. I think we know what that does. Does that help me at all, though? I don't think so. The hell was that? Swimming carcass. Hope you're doing well, dude. Sickly snake is sick. Just can't get over this damn cough. It's like I'll go to work, I'll be fine for hours, and then around 4 PM I'll just start coughing for no reason. Just non-stop coughing. He's just opening the gates. Alright, so we've got a lot of places we can go. Does that open the other one, perhaps? Where do I start? think I'll start by rewinding all that. Let me pull this, because we've seen we can go to the door on the right-hand side now. What I'm very curious to know is, does it also open the gates on the left-hand side? We can go this way later, but I'm not sure about the left. Alright, so let's go all the way back to the start. Just get on our hands and knees and crawl through there. I can't look up here, but this design looks identical to what we just saw. I can hear that steam, so maybe, just maybe, if I can actually look at the bloody thing. Oh my god. Unnamed protagonist, you can do it. I have faith in you. Well done. Can I look in here now? I was really hoping that would change something, but no. Let me just make absolutely certain I've done this. Yeah, we're looking up here. And that steam is no longer coming out of there. We're running at like 15 frames per second instead of 5, so the steam is running this way. That looks like the... well, that is what we were just looking at. Okay. Let me go here, pull the lever again. I think what I'll do is go back to the stars, or the entrance, and then rotate the room a couple of times and see what my options are. Let's see if we can go left. I'll try left first if I can. If that doesn't work, I'll go right. We have zip mode here, but I don't think any of this is going to help. Books and journals. Actress's journal. Oh, God. How much is there? Wait. Actress TLDR. Not with my voice the way it is right now. I will look at that later. I can't read all that. The thing is, I think it's all very important stuff, but I just can't read it right now. Can I go left? I cannot go left. Okay, so maybe going left has something to do with the beetles in this room. I do believe I can go right here, so if I push this 3 times, I'm pushing every button known to man and nothing's happening. I cannot skip this. Or 2 more and then I can check out that room on the right. Hopefully this gate is still open. Yep. Alright, so what's in here? Hopefully that door's not locked. Again, we can rotate this. So I can't get into the room on the right, but I can go back into the room with the steam pipe. Ooh. I think we can go left now. I'm not going to push that button though, there is no point. Unless, no, we can push that button, that'll work. I'll need to push it 3 times though. Alright, so this door seems to be locked. There is a star pattern on it. That one looks a little bit wonky, but I don't think it's anything. Alright, so another dead end. I'm going to go back to the stars here and push this twice. That should let me go left now. So is there something on the ceiling here? I can't tell. I'll check when I come back in. I think it's open. Or can I look up or down here? I can, but I'm not seeing anything. Alright, what's over here? The gold dome. Or what I assume is a gold dome. I don't see a push button on this side or a lever. Okay. Ah. Never mind. Some sort of cage ahead. I go this way. So I believe there's a sheer drop below us. Monument to Hubris. You can't quite see that, unfortunately, but that's what the trophy's called. The early one was called Cho, with a question mark. C-H-O. Is that stuff? I don't think it's water. Marco Energy, perhaps? Oh. Alright, so I'm going to take a moment. Just going to bring up what... I just accidentally muted myself there, but didn't hear that. Just bring up the screen in OBS and take a screenshot of that. So I think that'll come in very handy very soon. Let's paste you into my paint.net documents. So I'm guessing we're coming in from here. And we're about to make our way around, but what am I looking at here? 11, 4, 4, 1, 5? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's only 11, so it's not like you add all of these together and you get that shape. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, see these 5 pipes here, and I assume that corresponds to what we were just looking at on the diagram, but right now I'm not sure what to make of it just yet. Looks like something that produces power, perhaps. Okay, this does not follow the diagram exactly. We came in through, I think, directly ahead, and we're leaving directly ahead, if that makes sense. We're not looping around this thing just yet. Once again, frame rate is chugging. Look at that. Do not adjust your video quality. Alright, some more steam. More steam, which is killing my frame rates. I cut that off in that earlier place. Can I do the same here? I can, but what is that going to do? Is that going to change this? What am I running this on? I'm running this on a glorious PlayStation 5, but it's the PS1 version, so... problems are to be expected. I guess that's going to lower that? Once again, just pushing the button. No directional inputs. Excuse me. Has that lowered that? It did not. I can see some... I don't know if they're pipes or something else. Maybe cables. I see a whole bunch of them around here. I assume those are cables. Yeah, the power of PlayStation is that you can't render Steam without dropping the frame rate to 5 frames per second. Sony's come a long way. Same thing's happening here, but I don't even see any animation on the screen. Alright, well let's just keep looking around, I guess. That thing's moving in the background, that's why the frame rate is tanking. Frigging Microsoft PowerPoints. That's all this game is. That kind of looks like a trap on the ground there. I cannot interact with that. Look up though. So I'm guessing this controls that thing above me. I really not look at this thing on the ground because it concerns me. Maybe that's an elevator. Maybe that goes up when we play with that. So I'm clicking directly on it and we're moving forward. It's dark in here, likely to be eaten by a Gru. Nothing hiding if I go this way. Not that I can see. Dead end? Another one of these things, but... Not seeing any change there, again, other than the steam. What's the purpose of this? Okay. I've come all this way, I don't know what I've accomplished. I'll go back to the first lever here and just take a look to see if that has lowered itself. What is that sound effect? I go this way and looks to the left and up. No change there. I assume nothing's changed inside either. It's almost like I'm moving a little bit too fast for the game and the game's like, slow the fuck down. Like it's not me mashing, it's something else. I see no paths here. What is this? I've got it on my other screen, but what is that? We're coming in here, we're exiting this way. We can clearly see that pipe here leading to 5 something? Don't know what to make of any of that just yet. Alright, well this has all been very fascinating, but I feel like I've learned nothing. Let's go across here. We check out the intro and then I might start reading that book. Because there's probably some really useful info in there which I'm not considering or I don't know about, and therefore I need to look at it to figure out just what the hell I'm doing. Actually, hang on. Does this do anything now? That was not happening before. So I'm guessing we need to put a code in here and then push that button to get this open. No changes on sound. Okay. Unless there's more to that rotating room, I think I'm done with it for now. I'll have to come back later and check it out once I know more. Let me go to the bridge there and take a look at the book. I'll try my best to narrate this, but yeah, my throat is absolutely fucked tonight, chat. Gorgeous place, love the weather, but that dome. Can I get a better view if I move to the other side of the bridge? Yeah, we were just in there. It seems like a power generation facility or something. And there's at least one other door in that rotating room which we can't access on the right hand side. There's also a puzzle to solve in there involving the beetles, perhaps. Alright. Cover your ears. There is a lot of text here, holy shit. Hopefully there's something useful. But if it's like the books in Myst, I have my doubts. That's way too many pages. Alright, here goes. 87.6.10, they held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is a hallmark of my father's work. I must now race to implement this new patch before it's too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. 876.16, revisions to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments which need to be made, but the basic corrections have been entered and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but have thus far observed no change. It's possible that I've made an error, though I've checked my entry against my pre-notation and can find no discrepancy. I've not had a rest in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, I can barely read this, what the hell. Perhaps after a short rest I will see something. 876.18, success! It appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it is impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Gateway image, okay. Just a few more weeks of work, and I should be free, at last, to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. The past 8 months have left me little time to think, to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. Catherine's here, okay. I've received no sign from her in all that time. I'm afraid that's... No, I must assume that she is alright, lest my fears undermine my efforts to bring her back. 87.6.19. I did not create the Age of Riven. Unlike my father, I have never presumed to have such power, and yet the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far, I've managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I have saved the dying world. But the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem is Gurn. We heard that name in the intro, Gurn, G-E-H-N. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he once was. I wonder if he's the guy who broke the book. I haven't seen him in over 30 years. And I don't know if we ever will. My bad. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but his history forces me to assume that he is still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the Dni, D''Ni, going with Dni. His myopic mission to restore the Dni civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake, and will continue to do so, were he to once again be free of the confines of Riven, or the Fifth Age, as he coldly titled it. The universe has been safe from his corruptive influence for the last 33 years, because no one has been able to leave that age, the last linking book out of Riven having been lost in the star fissure upon my return to Myst. That was my intention, to maroon my father on Riven by removing all the existing links to other worlds. So how did we get here? And since the art of constructing books had long been lost with the fall of the Dni, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime, and effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. In effect, that is what we achieved, but the way it fell, however, was no one's ideal. Though the sting of the incident has gradually faded from my memory, the deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to be has never left me. At the time, it all seemed so clear. Gurn's destructive path could not be allowed to continue. But it was never my choice that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to pay for it. Enough. To dwell in the past is to die in the present. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired in the years since that time has yet to be applied to this problem. Don't fully understand what's going on here, so lose my voice. Gurn is here. Atris maybe trapped him here by destroying all the linking books, and then left the civilians of Riven to, I don't know, be at his mercy or something? Don't know. 87.6.20, I think I have the solution. Why it did not occur to me sooner, I do not know, unless the idea of it had been pushed out with the thought of my sons. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Dni, I chanced upon the formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, due to the fact that my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I was forced to leave it behind. Years later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find that I could still recall most of the formula, and with little experimentation quickly succeeded in creating one of these devices myself. These sound like the books that you use to imprison your sons. The procedure is actually quite simple. By altering key lines of text but slightly, a normal linking book's connection can be partially severed, such that anyone who attempts to use the book will be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link. That is, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person would become trapped, and the first person displaced back into the world. The technique can be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the original text being so slight that anyone who is unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. If indeed my father has not changed, what better bait could there be than a book that appeared to be a link back here to Dni? Uh-oh. 87.7.2 Trouble. My nicely analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have begun again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbances are the result of the changes I have made. This did not, at first, concern me, however. Tremors of this type were one of the possible side effects that I had anticipated during this initial phase of the island's readjustment. Still, in order to verify my assumptions, I decided to run the numbers again, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I'd realized. I can no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. Wait, so is that you tinkering with the island of Myst or the island of Riven? Because if it's Riven, then you're doing it by remote. You're like remoting in and changing things. Don't know. 87.7.3 I must act while I still have the time. The signs are barely visible, but there's no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent, unless I can keep ahead, and that is becoming increasingly difficult to do. 87.7.5, with every passing moment, I gain a clearer picture of the incredible chaos that my father's economy of words has yielded, but it is a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There is no end to this, I agree. The last few days have all but convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that, at best, I can only strive to delay it now, and hope that at some point in the future... Wait, what? And hope that at some point the island will become stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. 87.7.7, I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two, so it may be necessary to discontinue these journal entries for a while. 87.7.13, something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable probability, someone has finally found my lost Myst linking book and has freed me from this prison. Okay, so he was doing this stuff while he was in that weird prison in the first game. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe my mysterious benefactor is willing to assist me. I'm still not sure it can work. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the mere fact that it may now be possible for me to continue my repairs to Riven and yet proceed with my original intent to find Catherine has given me renewed hope. 87.7.16. The last few days have left me little time to work out the remaining problems with sending someone else to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once Gurn had been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to Riven and risk the possibility of inadvertently releasing Gurn. Yeah, that must be the guy we saw in the intro. If a way could be found to signal once he'd been captured, he would no longer need to take a real linking book. I don't fully understand that, but okay. The deteriorated state of the gateway image makes the use of a visual signal impossible, but the picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. By measuring and interpreting variations in the noise patterns, I am still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age, even though I cannot see them. The problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur on a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual could affect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there is a known weakness that may be worth investigating, an anomaly that appears as a rift between two separate systems. The Star Fissure. Okay, what is this? That's been mentioned. But how, or even if, this fact could be exploited, I cannot say. Sending someone to Riven also means that once I received a signal that they were ready to return, I would have to leave my rising in order to take a real linking book there myself. But didn't you say you didn't need that? However, provided my father was safely out of the way, this should take very little time. After that, assuming the island does not incur much damage in my absence, it should then be a relatively simple matter to hold it together long enough for Catherine to return to Riven and evacuate the remaining islanders. Isn't she on Riven? I'm so confused. Predetermining a signal without knowing the topography of the island may prove to be impossible, but I'm afraid there can be only one answer to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for failure will be greatly diminished if the prison book is all that is taken there. I'm sure my father is expecting me to bring a linking book to Riven. May he not be disappointed. Alright, I don't understand any of that. All I get out of that is there's a bloke called Gurn here. He's a bit of a prick. And we need to ensure that he is captured or safely ensconced away. And once that's done, maybe Atris can teleport in and teleport us out. That's all I get out of that. I've learned nothing. We did see something about a guiding image, which might just be the image that we see on the book. Like we pick up a linking book and we see an image. Maybe that's all that is. The Star Fissure though? Don't know. What is that? Hopefully that door's not locked behind us. Whoa. No thank you. can't move to the sides of this thing. No idea what that might be. It's not the door inside the round room or the rotating room because there's sunlight coming from it. Guessing it remains, yeah, remains open. Maybe that's further down. No lever here. Is that underwater? No, there's something above me there. This little... It kind of looks like the speakers that we saw in the spacesuit age. No, can't touch it. Alright, what is this? Teleporter of some sort? Right, so I can't move off this thing once the cage is around us. Makes sense. Alright, not sure what to make of that just yet. I'll come back. That took a very long time to go through, but okay. Has anything changed out here? Did I teleport somewhere? I can't imagine so. Just trying to think what pushing that lever forward would have done, if anything. Nope, same place. So that door may be the door on the right there, but honestly I don't think it is. Go further into the mountain here. It's a very long wall. I couldn't even see that door there. Turn around, does that close? Don't think so. So, just want to make sure there's nothing hiding on the walls here. Right, what's in here? Oh, this room looks familiar. We have another exit here. We do have an exit on the right there. Exit between the pillars, that's where we came in. I thought that tile might have been something on the door, but it's not. Closing that door does seem like... I don't want to say a puzzle solution perhaps, but maybe that door needs to be closed for some reason later on. Alright, what have we here? We have a warehouse. I'll take a look out here very briefly before I go back in. Do I have another lever here? Some sort of transportation system. Well, I assume that's what it is. I can't think of any other reason why these rails would exist. Okay. Start point's going to be on the right there somewhere. Ooh. Alright, I'll get on that later. I'm getting flashbacks to the spaceship age and the maze, so I'm not going to get on that just yet. Anything this way? No. What's in here? Another cage? The star again, the 5-pointed star. The one that we saw in the rotating room. Whoa. There's got to be something interactable here, surely. Offerings of food and something? I want to say food and drink, but I don't see drink there. What is going on here? It's like a temple. I don't see that there's anything I can do here, though. I'm mashing the buttons and not much is happening. In particular, the thing that's worrying me is I can push down here, and that moves me back. But when I hover over the food, we lose that. That makes me think there's something to do in here, but maybe it's too early? It's like this entire block, this entire region is interactable, but it's not. It's the same on the other side. Okay. Haven't really started making notes yet, but I might need to do so after this stream. What have we here? Guessing that's going to turn me around. And unfortunately I can't stop the ride I want off. I think I have to interact with this now to move forward. Unless I do that again. I was going to say that seems unsafe, but that seems very high-tech and very smooth. Before changing the current disk, do you want to save? Yes, I will. I'll make a save. So we don't have ages this time. Maybe we just have islands. So I'd much rather make a save in there. Alright, you didn't see me do it, but I totally swapped the disk. Let's hop out. Province of the People. That's what that trophy's called. You can't see it. It looks like this might be the... I want to call it like the key-ass island, if that makes sense. Just looking at that little trophy image. It was like a building. A round building. God, does this mean I need to speak to people? Okay, what am I looking at there? Let me do that again. I'm going to take a note on what that says. Kind of looks like a K and an I. Not the Killer Instinct logo, but something like that. Let's bring up not Microsoft Paint, Paint.net. So we had two horizontal lines. Not in white, random, any color but white. Why is it not working? Because I've got a selection in place. So, we have two horizontal lines, top and bottom. What do we have after that? Two verticals. And then two diagonals, sort of going out here like a K. We'll just move that down to a separate section of this file. I'll show you what I'm doing in a moment, I promise. Just get rid of that ugly transparent part. And there we go. Those are my notes thus far, chat. I took a screenshot of this over at the Golden Dome. And that is the symbol that we're looking at on this thingy that I'm interacting with right now. Fraction late, sorry. Let me rewind that. That thing there. Sort of looks like a K and an I, which is what I've written down there. So maybe that'll come in handy. I don't know. Hopefully I get up there and they're all hiding, so I don't need to speak to them. Can I press this? I guess so. No? Yes, no, maybe. Maybe that summons the transporter. Or whatever it is. Oh god. It seems unsafe. Like if that were me walking here, my feet would be tingling like God knows what, and it's like I've moved forward even though I didn't move forward. Okay, I'll try going up first. Right, the bird did not appear to tank my frame rate, unlike the smoke. Ish. Can I see the other island from here? Yeah, so I assume that's where I came from here. Can't quite make out the Golden Dome. I don't see what that is, but it's like a disc or something built into the tree. Oh, frame rate. No, the bird is tanking my frame rate. Look at that. The bird is gone, and just like that. Oh my god. You're not prepared for the power of PlayStation, chat. Yeah, so that's where we came from. Golden Dome. So I guess we're not going to ages this time, we're just checking out these islands. These fractured islands in the land of Riven. Soren Carcass, I agree. Marvel of software engineering to be able to emulate this poor frame rate on modern hardware. We're running on a PS5. Okay, a lot of hacked up trees around here. I'll hug the right hand path. That stock sound effect. God. Get over there, nameless protagonist. I grab the axe. I cannot. Oh, God. Am I going to get lost here immediately? Not sure if underwater or something else. Trippy animation. Have I just rocked up on another island? If so, I'm rewinding. Looks like a mine of some sort. It's black. You're gonna say change disc, I'm rewinding. Whoa. Fuck that. Okay. So let's get to the next island. we go through there into a minecart. Interesting. What if we're gonna like go around in a circular or clockwise fashion around these islands? Rather than being able to teleport like between them at will, if that makes sense. Alright, let's not go that way yet. The gate is open. It's unlocked and now it's open. Yeah, we've seen that before. Now, did you do that because I put my cursor near you, or is that scripted? If it was the cursor, I think that's actually really cool. Gate has closed behind us. What's going on over there? So many of these beetles. Over the right hand wall. Oh, I feel like I'm getting lost very quickly. Nothing there. So I don't know if that's soothing or terrifying. Leaning towards terrifying. It's again like a temple or something. Or a place of worship. Which I do not appear to be able to interact with at this point in time. I can't move around the side. Not here nor there, okay. Dead end for now. That was completely accidental and I'm now terrified to turn around. What did that just do? Bugger me, okay. What about this one? I want to be clear, that was completely accidental. I did not mean to do that. The other one's not doing anything. Going up. Um... Right. Ooh. Oh my god, I feel so lost. Another platform. But this time there's nothing here and I don't see a way we can summon something. Alright. What if I go back this way and I'll pull that again. What if I push this button on the left, or do I have to push this button on the left? What, may I ask, does the button on the left though? I'm not sure, and we don't have access to that button downstairs. Alright, not sure what to make of that. So this may be the villagers way off the island, I guess, their transporter. Alright, we're going to come back to an intersection here. Ah! Christ. It's bad enough that we have people, we have children. Oh my god, I'm so lost. That contraption there, is that similar to the one that we saw when we started the game? Whoa. There's someone inside. Like a sentry post. I feel like I almost need to draw a map of these places just to try and keep track of where the hell I am. Why can I look out here? That'll be something else later, I'm sure. Alright, so the water's animating here, but we're still running at a clean 15 FPS or 30 FPS or whatever it is. It's only the birds and the smoke that are tanking the frame rate. Right, if you can make that out in the distance chat, let me know, because I can see something there. I can see a massive block of pixels moving around. Yeah, these huts here are what was showing up in the trophy image. There's someone ahead of us. Maybe two people. One person ushering a child away, perhaps. Grabbing a child here and then taking them around a corner. I guess they're not your strangers. Can I go down there? I don't think so. Let me check. There's like a little gap here. No. They came from over there somewhere. Can't move forward. My arm is itching. Give me a moment. Can go further around to the village, or we can go to this ladder. I'm struggling to pass that. What am I looking at? Okay, I see it. So the ladder is here. You can see the top rungs of the ladder and the first step there. If I look down, the ladder is directly in front of me here. So that's the rung here, the rung there, and the first step is here. So we're looking at a hatch of some sort in front of the ladder with an horizontal eye on it. I've not forgotten about that symbol that I saw when I first landed here. Alright, let's move along. That's all we get. One-way path, 180 degrees. Okay, try going up. How do I get back down? Like that. Was nothing on this first platform here? No. That's all very, very narrow, very, very dangerous. Holy shit, I'm so lost. You turn left at the top of the ladder, we have nothing here, by the looks of it. But I can look up. I can go straight and around. I can go right. Which, mercifully for now at least, seems to lead to a dead end. I could sort of see that maybe these have retractable scaffolding here which can lead towards the houses, but we can't go in there at the moment. That's good. Maybe this area just looks incredibly intimidating rather than, you know, actually being intimidating, if that makes sense. Can I go in here? Knock knock, motherfuckers. Let me in. I break in? No. You can't tell me I can't peek in there. Really? Oh, come on, game. If you can't let me break in through the front door, at least let me peep through the windows. I mean, yeah, there's probably children in there, and that's really creepy, but let me do it, damn it. There's nothing wrong with me, I swear. What have we here? We have the village, which we mercifully cannot check out. This appears to be a dead end of some sort. What have we? Can I get inside? Hell. Let me immediately get out. Another traveling device or submersible of some sort? Like maybe that lowers and then... I don't know. Right, so we cannot open the hatch and then lower it. The hatch automatically closes. It's like a rudimentary bathysphere or something. Trying to zoom in on the wheels or whatever they are, and nothing doing so. I imagine all we can do here is open this up and climb on in. What else do we have here? Can't tell if that's a drum or something else. An ulcer? That looks like an oven. Kindling. Alright, so in the absence of any other ideas, I think what I'll do is hop into that whatever it is, bathysphere-like thing, and see what I can do. Failing that, so I'll need to retreat, go all the way back, and try going down one of the other paths. There's 3 paths. We've got the path at the beginning where we went upwards instead of downwards. We've got a path outside the village going left, and then we get to that sentry place, or whatever it is, and then I could have gone somewhere else there as well. Oh boy. Lots of controls here, but I suspect what I might need to do is pull the lever outside. How I do that at this time, though, I am not certain. I don't see a way of closing the hatch here. Because if I click that, we just leave. The stuff is all locked down. Okay. So I think what I'll do at this time is retreat. Go back to the sentry post. And check out the other path. Once again, children. Hopefully I was not meant to follow that child. And once again, I'm not a creep, chat. Well, I don't think I am, but I do not want to be caught following children on Switch, that's all. And YouTube. Let's go this way. Just gonna make my way forward here. Don't believe there's any other direction to go here, so let's just go this way and see if something happens. We have a ladder here, which I don't know how to utilize. There's something on the left here. Don't know what. Alright, let's go see what's down this path directly ahead. Oh, sweet Jesus. Thank fuck. Alright, let's go back in here. Let me just make sure I've not missed anything in here. It's a loop, thank fuck. We possibly have a way off this place through that jewel-like structure, I'll call it. I don't see how just yet. If we come through here, we hit the two-way junction. Yep, okay, we're good. Whew. I mentioned there were 3 unknown areas, but it turns out there's only 1 left. 2 of them are connected like that. We've got the one back when we rocked up to this place. What is that? It looks like a sentry post. Let me go back here, but if I can't find anything to do here, I'll take the minecart into the next island. See what we can see. So we've got 3 paths here. One leads to the sentry post, one leads to the village, and the other leads to the minecart. Let's go back over this bridge. I feel like what I might have to do is check out all of the islands, make one trip, and then start using my noggin. If I can't do that, I'll be looking to walk through. Those creatures. They kind of look like, I don't want to say plesiosaurus dinosaurs, but that's the first thing that came to mind. Some sort of aquatic sea creature, but they look ancient. If they look like anything in the real world, let me know, because I am not a marine biologist, and I do not know if they look like anything that we are familiar with in the real world, but they certainly look very foreign to me. Anything here? Wait. Fuck, just like that I'm lost. This is not where I came in. Jesus, fuck. Alright, so this is where I came in. This is a one-way path by the looks of it. That takes me back up to the transporter there. to the first island on the right, and that takes me to the bridge leading to the village. Alright, so you see those creatures down here? I don't think there's anything or anywhere we can go here. Path leads off to the right. Oh, never mind, I'm off the path now. I can just walk off the path apparently. Oh god. I don't appear to be able to hop up onto the rock where these creatures were. So we need to go over to the right next, but let me just look around here. It's a gorgeous place, I've just got no idea what I'm doing here. And then wandering around looking at pretty PowerPoint slides. Sometimes they're animated though. Hello. Alright, we're going to get another symbol here, so let me bring up paints. I'll get ready to draw. Alright, what have we here? Looks like B in Japanese. B-I. Just with some extensions on the top and bottom. Let me click that again. Yeah, this might not be it, but I think it looks like that. I'm guessing there's a few more around here that I've missed, and that I'll need to find them, but that can wait for now. Alright, I've accomplished something. Let's go get up back on the path here and check out this other area. How do I get back on the path? Like that. Oh, that's so confusing. I have to turn around and then turn quarter to the right. That's not good game design in my opinion. Alright, long path through here. I didn't see anything on the way back. I can check it out again anyway, so it's fine. Another sentry post. Wait. Okay, that's the bathysphere there. That's the oven. I cannot look up at that thing. We have a ladder here, I take it. Leading to... We're not on the ground yet. Another symbol? Yeah, I'll touch that. What have we? Oh, you asked me to do a curve now. Oh boy. Leaf Abbott, how you doing, dude? Just saw you playing Riven. No, it's not Riven, it's called Riven, the sequel to Myst. You have to get that right. Hope you have a large notepad and pen. Yep, I've got a massive paint document, paint.net document, which I'm making notes on right now. Just gonna grab a copy of that symbol. Yeah, I made a similar thing for Myst back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean about a couple of weeks ago, and I played through it. I need to draw a curve here. What have we got? If I draw a line there, can I swing the curves out that way? I can. That will do. So that one looks something like this. You remember your desk being a mess with notes when you played it. Let me just see if I can find my notes for Myst very quickly. Open, do I still have it? Myst.pdn. Yeah, basically that's what I took for Myst. I played through it recently. It's a lot easier to play with screenshots from OBS, but it's still an absolute mess. I'm hoping it's not too much harder than Myst though, because I don't know if my poor little brain can handle this. No, thank you for dropping in, dude. Appreciate it. What am I doing here? 3 symbols. I think the sole purpose of this, whatever this is just to point me to it. Never mind. We can flood this. Well, not really flood it, but we can just pour some water in here, I guess. Does this still show the same symbol? Of course it does. Alright, well, what's the purpose of flooding that area? If I do it again, does that drain us? No, I can't touch that again. Okay. That was a permanent effect. Interesting. That leads us back up. We can go down further here. Just like the very steep ladder on the other side, that seems one way. The wall looks notched here, but I don't think that's a puzzle solution or anything. Another ladder. Can I go down here? Or are we going to get the same thing? I don't get it. We saw something similar on the other side as well, and now I can see this railing here. It's like there's a track here. Maybe I need to use that bathysphere or whatever it is to lower myself, get on this track, and then we can move around, but right now I'm not seeing why. So yeah, there's another ladder just on the right there. Okay, well, at this point, I think what I'll do is I'll check out the minecart. Is that something there, that rock? I think we'll check out the third island. See something on the left there, but I don't think that's accessible. There are other humans or other creatures here, but we've not had any meaningful interactions with them just yet. I don't see anything on the left and right there coming back through that tunnel. So at this point, I've probably missed a ton of stuff here, but I can either go right here back to the first island, or I can check out the next place, which seems to be a one-way trip. but I guess we can cycle around afterwards. And yeah, we'll check that place out, and then I might call it quits for tonight. I feel this place is pretty much clear, though, as far as the geometry is concerned. Geometry, geography, whatever. I'll make a save here just in case something goes horribly wrong, but I don't think it can. This doesn't seem like the sort of game where that sort of thing would happen. I don't think I've gained much by coming here other than finding those 3 symbols. And I don't know what to do with them just yet. Right, minecart ride. Epilepsy warning. These more words. Okay, I can't skip that. Some of them, it turns out, I can't skip. Alright, we're not saving. We just insert the other disc. That's done. Cool. Yeah, we're not going back that way in a hurry. This water kind of looks like the water we saw in the Golden Dome. A tree falls, a page arises. The picture looks very similar to what we're looking at here, the water and some of these structures. Yeah, this place is very desolate, isn't it? No trees around here. I imagine this is a mine. They were mining this liquid or mining something. Oh man, that frame rate. And this is where they do it, and maybe this is how they transport it to the other islands. What is that? Haystack? Tailings? I did not see that at all. Yeah, okay, I can go through there, and that leads us to a ladder. Which, when taken up, leads me to... Does it lead me to a minecart? Oh, I think it does. Does that take me back to whence I just came? I think it may. Let me check that. I will rewind once I know the answer. I'm not going to another island tonight. So if this takes me back, then what of the temple area that we saw in the village? Where does that take us? You can see some red rings. Yeah, okay. This must take us back to the same area. Yeah, that looks very familiar. Let me just confirm. I do not wish to save. Let's put the other disc back in. And if I go up... Yeah. Alright, so it is not one way. We can just go back. Interesting. I'm not going to touch that just yet until I have a clearer picture of what the hell I'm doing. Guessing I can't go around this thing. This thing looks like it might be a giant boiler. I guess we understand now why the frame rate is tanking. And that might be a balcony or a mansion or something built up there. There's a ladder leading there. We have a pipe. Guessing I can walk over that. Yep. Okay. And this boiler. I'm not sure I can go underneath it safely. I can go around it, but... maybe. Yeah, we can go around it both ways here. Okay. Going in there while that's on seems very dangerous. Probably why it's a locked out speed. So I'm trying to look at that, but fine. Okay, maybe that shut off the boiler below. It's no longer boiling. Guessing we can use that to drain the water. Something's happening, but... No, that started the boiling again. What am I thinking? This is where the sensor, whatever it is, the sensor switch may control part of this. Maybe I need to reroute that. I assume that's the pilot light. So what if I turn this thing? It's a channeled age all over again. I trip that. Does that still supply gas to the boiler? Sounds like it. Just rewind that. Not going to wait for that animation. If I look up, the pilot light is still on. Yep. Okay. I'm guessing what I need to do is drain that place, and then maybe I can get inside. That's my guess, but right now I don't know what to make of this. So I see on the right hand side the red light is no longer showing. Never mind. We can go inside, but I don't think that's the end of those levers and puzzles and stuff on the left hand side. There's more to this. I can at least get inside here though and take a look. That's at least really all I can do because this place is flooded. To start though, so we need to deactivate the boiler and then drain the place. That's my goal, I think. So with all that in mind, what am I doing to center here? I imagine this pipe here, where I'm pointing, leads back to the boiler. Like so. But currently this switch is not pointing towards it. So I can point it towards the mining equipment or whatever it was where we started. Maybe I'll check that out first. What happens here? Similar to the switches we saw back on the first island, I can't determine what the hell's going on here. We switch things, but then nothing happens. I can't determine if this is a red herring or something like that, or whether it has a purpose that I've not discovered yet. Like, this thing is not operating. I can't see anything to interact with, and me pointing the switch in this direction doesn't appear to have done anything. Which means if I point it towards the boiler, is that going to do anything? Who the hell knows? And I've got no idea why the frame rate is still tanking. We turned all that animation off. Alright, let's point it that way. I've got a horrible feeling this will do nothing useful though. The pilot light is causing that frame drop. The boiler's definitely stopped. We don't see the flames underneath. Can I do anything here though? If not, I think what I'll do is I'll just shrug my shoulders and walk away. Golden Gas, how you doing, dude? Thank you for dropping in as always. Appreciate it. What's going on there? I'm not sure. Can't imagine this doing much to help because I see nothing going through it. We've also got the switch on the left. That seems to be raising or lowering the water level, but I thought it was already lowered when we went in there, so maybe I need to raise it and try going back in there and see if something changes. I can't progress in that room, but maybe I can see something that I could not see earlier. What about this switch on the left? What about this? I see something happening here, but I'm not sure what it was. That pipe is leading up here. Which leads... I can't even see where it leads. I can see it on the wall here. You can see this little slit. And then the pipe just disappears. Maybe it's going into this thing on the left. Don't know. Okay, so that's doing nothing now. I'll open this back up. I'm not sure how any of that works given that we didn't see any water come gushing out of here, but that seems to have drained the place. Okay. Figured it out through complete trial and error. I should be able to go in here now. And take a closer look around. That's much better. Loads better. I did not like the way the door's closing behind me though. That scares me a lot. That's just shadowing or... what's the word? The opposite of shadowing. What the fuck? It's very dark in here. I'm likely to be eaten by a Gru. It's the light filtering through the cracks in the structure. That's what I'll go with. I feel like I'm in danger here. I know I'm not, but I feel like I'm probably going to get lost. So we go down here. We're dropping into a pipe, I think. If I turn around, that sort of takes me back to where I was. If I just go straight. I cannot see shit. Holy shit. I literally can't see anything on a couple of those screens. It is pitch black, or not pitch black, but it's got this sort of mosaic pattern on there, which is supposed to indicate pitch blackness. Where the hell am I now? The fuck? Can I move forward without dying? So what, this is like a waste pipe? I can't even see it here for Christ's sakes. I can't climb back in, that is a one-way route, okay. I don't believe we've been over there yet. Yeah, okay, we saw this area earlier. I saw a ladder though. There is a ladder on the wall below us somehow. Somehow, somewhere, whatever. I'm guessing though that this might be a one-way path. I had to come this way, and now I can open up the ladder or something. I can see a structure behind there. That door was unlocked, or locked rather. I think I'll be stuck. What are we having here? Alright, well I think I'm forced to go this way because unless there's something in those slag mountains or whatever they are that I passed through earlier, I don't believe there's anywhere else to go. Wait, I see it now. I sees it now. How did I get here though? Really? It's something I just sort of vaulted that... Yeah, I guess it makes sense. So this here is going to lead to the ladder, which I did not try earlier, but I'm guessing that we would not be able to open it from the other side. Yeah, we will climb that ladder. We will be met by that manhole or whatever it is, and we would not be able to proceed further. So getting through that boiler I think was essential. And we're back here. Okay, I feel that's some decent progress. I saw that ladder earlier, I did not take it. Can I go this way? No, okay. I'm kind of tempted to go back into the center and redirect the power into this line. I think I'll do that right now. It was originally pointing this way, but now that I'm at that area, can I point it along this line maybe? I don't think so, but let me try. I'll move it up further. No, it's not doing anything. I can definitely move it down that way, but I can't move it further to the right or further up. That's as far as it will go. Okay. Let's climb that ladder and check out that contraption. My immediate thought is maybe it's going to take me to another island, but I feel it's too early for that. This place seems much smaller compared to the island where we just were, with all of the inhabitants and the village, and even the starting island. I'm guessing we're not done here though. That structure looks like it's on this island. Alright, what have we here? Going fishing? I'm guessing the purpose here is you open it up, you put bait in there, close it, send it down, and then bring it back up. But what's the point of this? Maybe it's like a trap or something. Yeah, okay. What are we catching? Do I have to wait now, or can I just bring it back up? I don't think that's the answer. We can't bring it down and then pull it back up like that. It could be, but I doubt it. So I just have to wait? Can't imagine so. Why can I zoom in here? What's that trying to tell me? The pulley, the fan. Maybe the fan's going because I've supplied power. Let me go back and switch to power off. Yeah, okay, I see it. So we have this line here. I assume that's what's supplying power. Was the power a mistake? Got no idea. So wherever it's dropping that cage, it's somewhere that's not accessible here, but what is the point of that? Right now I've got no idea what I'm doing. Let me point this towards the mining area at the start. Because maybe what I can do is I can stop that fan from spinning and maybe there's something in there? But I can't reach it while it's spinning. That's my guess at the moment. That fan sounds like it's still spinning. It is still spinning. Yeah, that's not it. What about this lever? Okay, that's no longer working, so the power must supply this lever. Why is it pointing me towards that fan though? There's got to be something here that I'm missing, something super obvious. I can see the grate here is hanging. I've got a feeling we need to stop that fan. But I have no idea how at the moment. The grate is perilously close to this pulley. Alright, not seeing it just right now, unfortunately, so let me walk away, but where else can I go? I don't see a path along here. I didn't see a path among the slag heap. There's no path on the right here to my knowledge. We climbed over the railing behind us, but we can't climb over this one. And I don't believe there's a way along the shores here. If that's the case, then maybe what I have to do is go back, but I don't know what to do on the previous islands. I feel like I'm missing something at this point. I can't move forward here. I see that pipe. I see a railing or a railway above me there. So power definitely did something here. It's definitely doing something behind me, and not in a good way. Power should be doing something here. But what? I see the pipe. It's plugging into this here machinery. There's nothing along here. No, I cannot go that way. There's nothing this machine can do, I think. We have the haystack, which I cannot look through. The machine. Go up the ladder here, but that's going to lead nowhere. There's no, like, levers or, you know. I saw it, but I don't think it's anything I can do anything with this thing. Yeah, that's basically what I was expecting. It's going to do something with whatever's coming from the mines here. But there's nothing coming through. So we have power here. It can do something, but it's not useful at the moment, and maybe it never will be because the mines are out of action. Thing is, if I can't figure out what to do in that next section, then I'm going to have to go backwards, back to the other two islands, and I don't know what to do there either. I assume this machine just ejects its waste into this pile. And there's nothing there at the moment, so that doesn't help me in any way, shape or form. There's nothing around this side of it. That way it's just going to take me towards the ladder. Okay, I don't know what to make of this. That way points towards the machine we were just playing with. That way points towards the boiler, which I believe is done. And that way points towards whatever the hell it is. It looks like a fishing trap. It's probably not, but you know. What am I looking at here? There's a pipe leading towards this sort of railway. But I cannot direct this flow into it. At least I don't think I can. I can't move it anti-clockwise further. I try doing something cheeky like going clockwise and then clockwise and then clockwise again. Yeah, that's not working. Alright, I'll go back, but if I can't figure this out, then maybe I have to go back to one of the other islands, which I really don't want to do. Because I'll be honest, I don't know what to do on any of those islands. I've got the first island with a bunch of switches, which I've played with, and I can't see anything else to do there at the moment. And we've got the second island, and we did find some clues, but I don't see where to input those clues. So I'm really at a loss here. Unless something's happened right now with this trap, I don't know what the hell to do next. Can't look up here. That fan seems sus. There's definitely no left or right here. No. I'm terrified. The fuck is that? Right, what was the purpose of that? My immediate thought is let's catch a frog and put it into the fan so it stops the fan. I'm hoping that's not the answer just quietly, but where did that frog just go? And what was the condition for it coming up here? Is it just a timing thing? I can try checking around here, but I don't think it'll be around. If it's gone anywhere, it's likely just jumped off the catwalk there and either dived back in or dived back in and it hit like concrete and it's now dead. Take your pick. I can't imagine it'll be down here. I don't think I had any control when that frog came up, so it's not like I can catch it or place another bait. My thought though is let's put it into the fan. I'm not sure if the game would do that though. I mean, this is a G or PG rated game. But what else would the answer be, really? Right. Is there anything I can do with the bait now? There is not. That seems very sus. I could send it back down with that. If I turn the power off, what happens? That just does nothing, correct? If I open this... Yeah, this is just an FMV. Oh, hang on. That was different. So I saw the baits fall through the floor, or the gracing, I'll call it. And the froggy hopped off in a different direction. No frogs have been harmed, yes, promise. Okay, I heard that. That makes sense. What's the answer here? Do we get a different animation now? Three different animations, so you know what, I'm going to bear with this. Managed to skip that with X and triangle. Come on. I did put a base on it, didn't I? Alright, I'm not sure if the frogs are getting smart or whether this only works 3 times before the game says, nah, this is a red herring or a red frog. And you need to think of something else. Shutting off the power does not shut off the fan. I can't look down there. I can't follow that pipe. There's nothing on the right hand side that just turns me around. Yeah, I've got to admit I'm at a loss on this one. I feel like we've made good progress here and now I've hit a brick wall. I don't want to look at a walkthrough, yes, I'll probably give it another hour or so, but I feel like I'm at that point. There's probably a ton of stuff I've missed on the first 2 islands. Yeah, we're not catching any froggies now. The fishy friends have gotten smart. Or we'd kill them all. Take your pick. So at this point, I would have to make my way back to the previous island using the minecart. Maybe check that place. Never mind, that worked. Let's try it again, see if we get a different animation again. And yes, I can rewind here. Maybe I can think of something to do, but I'm struggling at the moment. Is that the first animation? I think it is. So we can catch a frog in here, but I don't know what the purpose of that is. There's a froggy in here. It may be getting frightened by this fan. I don't see a way of shutting the fan off. Only thought of this time is try turning the power off, then coming back and releasing a frog, but I don't see what that would do. The power just appears to affect our ability to lower the cage. And I thought I'd try this already. I turned off the power, came back, and then... Let me try it one more time though. What's the purpose of catching frogs? I don't see any other way to reach the shores of these, of this lake, if we can call it that. Whatever we're doing, it's in this next section. Let me just check out the slag pile again, and just make sure I'm not missing a path. I did pop out of that pipe, and I'm like, yep, okay, there's a path here, I'll follow it. But maybe there's something I've missed. I've just realized that fat pipe that we just jumped over, I guess that's where we crawled through. It went through that pipe over the hills. It seems very hard to do given how steep it is, but, you know, video game logic. Excuse me. Right, I'm sure I can open this. Is that little triangle? No, it's not a triangle. This hoop here. Don't know. So if I open this up, nothing different will happen. The froggy will just hop away. It's going to go to the bottom right and then to the bottom left. Similar animations. Okay. If I pull that, nothing will happen because I've disabled the power. Alright, well there's a froggy in there if I need him. But right now I'm not sure why. Let me check out these mountains. If I can't figure out anything here, I'll take the minecart back to the second island and then I think I'll call it for tonight. It's 12:30, I need to have a shower. I need to put some PJs on and then go to bed. Is there another path through here or at the bottom here? I see another island there. I see a building there. Can I go this way? I cannot. So I came down here. Yeah, this is a dead end. We emerged through that pipe. We fell forward. And now I appear to be stuck. What's that sound? It sounds like there's a creature nearby, but I don't see it. I'm tempted to look for a hint, but I won't do it yet. I'll play this for another hour, I think. I'll check out the other two islands and see if I've missed anything glaringly obvious. But I don't think I have. Not sure what this pipe is here. Maybe that's something, but this pipe here, I assume we crawled through that pipe here. It's just that I don't see anything else to do here at this time. We can't go this way. We have this building here, which seems very odd. I suppose I can close these doors. Dark environment, maybe. Alright, game, you got me. Phone's at 5%, let me just plug it in. But, yeah, that's where we're going next. Left and right here. Back in a sec. Not quitting for tonight. Not yet, anyway. I'm glad I found that. So if I turn left now, I'm actually moving forward, which... Actually, no, I need to click on one of these little side thingies here. I thought that looked suspicious. I'm like, what is that? And it takes me to an entirely different screen where the door is on my right. That's very, very hard to parse. Okay, going left. Whoa. Mining equipment of some sort. So, if we catch our froggy friend and let him go, he's going to find his way down here, I assume. What is that on the left? That's something. Don't know what. Alright, I feel I should know where that's coming from, but I don't. So I'm definitely seeing some brightly coloured symbols here. Don't know if that's significant or not. That pipe though, that must be coming in from the pond. Okay. Progress. That thing on the wall looks very sus. Do we have something on below us here? Kind of looked like there was something below us, but I'm not seeing it. Different view of the same pipe. I don't think we'll get anything by looking up at different locations. Let me try the other passage. Not seeing anything on the way up here. There we go. That's going to lead us to the other building. So what is the purpose of the trap? It must have a meaning that I do not understand yet. Right, progress. Actual progress, I think. I shouldn't say that out loud because I'm probably going to get stuck in the next 20 seconds. Okay, we have something on our right here. Holly. Okay, so while it's in that position, we hear a sort of engine labouring, or a motor labouring. If I push it forward, that stops. Would that be the fan? I'm going to go back and check immediately to see if that's a fan. I do see the cable on the left there. I've got a feeling that's a fan. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. That's a beautiful sound. It's the sound of my soul. Completely empty inside, chat. Can I go this way? Okay. Let me just rewind that. I want to see what happens now if I release a frog. Is our froggy friend going to jump away? Same thing, okay. Not sure about this. Let's go through here. This seems very unsafe. Crawling through another pipe. Just like you did when you were conceived, chat. Talking about you specifically, I'm not talking about me. Once again, this is a shortcut of resources and refinements. And we're looking at a picture of this book here, which looks very, very interesting. Whoa. Right, we just found something huge. Already so. Right, that one's easy to copy down at least. I knew that fan meant something, damn it. That is A3. Let's put that back. Can I read this piece of paper? Mercifully, it is a short piece of paper. 87.7.28. Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope in my survey room, that must be where we are right now, I observed one of the natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating, but anchored near the entrance to the bay. Oh, do we have to do that? Noted. I ordered the object removed from the water, never mind, for inspection. Several days later, however, I was surprised to see another floating there. The missing object had apparently, and quite mysteriously, been replaced with a new one overnight. I've long been aware of the existence of similar artifacts on the village's island. That's not how you spell island, but anyway, but have paid them little notice until now. Tomorrow, I will send surveyors to catalogue the others. Is this Atris or is this Gurn? Don't know. We're talking about these things, perhaps. What's in here? Your mother's ashes? No. What's that? Can't determine if that's a weapon or some sort of plumbing device. If that's a bayonet on the end, then I suspect it's a weapon. Uh, how large is this room? Oh, wow. Holy shit. The door. This is the same deal, isn't it? If I turn left... Did that thing lock behind me? I've got a horrible feeling that thing locked behind me, didn't it? Yeah, I strongly suspect I'm not going to go back and check. Maybe I'll do so on my replay on the PS5 version. That if I was to go and try and unlock that door from the front, it would not work. We have to use that pipe to get through, similar to what we did with the boiler. Oh, wow. That was most unexpected. That does take us up here. Okay. No, hang on. Never mind. I need to do that. And that will work because we switched the thing on the left-hand side earlier. Progress. Actual progress. So, that's the villager's island there. We took this rail. And it's taken us to this slag heap here. There's another island on the right there somewhere, which we can't see in between these PowerPoint slides. Maybe if I look this way, I'll be able to see it. No? We've got this area here, though, which seems to be at the back of the survey building. What about over here? Nothing? I do wonder how many islands there are then. Yeah, there it is. We can see another island there, which seems to be connected to the villager's place. Ah, that may be the, I'll call it the Jaws area. We open the Jaws. We have that landing, which I couldn't use. Maybe it takes me to that island there. Because we got this place here, this rail, which leads to the villager's place. And that's where we came into the slag heap here. Okay, well, I'm glad I saw that at least, but maybe what I'll do just to finish tonight is check out this room, and then I'll call it. So I assume they were mining stuff here, and they're transferring it to the other islands, or the Golden Dome at least, by way of pipes or whatever else. There's definitely something below us directly ahead. I'm not sure if we can access it though. I say that and then I see a door directly in front of me to my left there. Right here. Okay. Where's the frog though? That's doing nothing. So we came in through that pipe, through that ventilation shaft. Oh god. Was this intended to be the prison book? Because it looks a bit burnt around the edges. I'm just going to put that back from whence it came. If I click here, if I can, books and journals. We don't see that page that we picked up earlier. Chris. I'm going to look down on the ground there. Okay, let's go back to this desk. I definitely missed this book here, deliberately. The 5-pointed star. Oh, that is a chunky book. God damn it. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I'm not reading this tonight. I'm not fucking reading this tonight. That is way too long. I see symbols though, so there's probably a whole bunch of clues in there which I need to look at. Did that go into my start menu? It didn't. What's the point of having book and journals if we're picking up a book like this and then not, you know, adding it to our books and journals? Like that page there I can sort of understand, but that is a book and or journal. And that looks like a puzzle. We're going to find a red page in one of these things. It looks like I can only open the... Okay, none of them are working now. Never mind, that one opens. None of the other drawers are actually opening. I'm mashing and nothing's happening. Can't tell if that's a syringe or an egg beater. Trap. So they were catching frogs for some reason, but why? I imagine the answers might be in that journal which I did not read. I thought the other one was too long, didn't read this. This one looks much, much worse. Some sort of alchemical equipment. Ugh. Okay, we know what they were doing with the frogs now. Swimming carcass, don't look. That globe on the rice. Miss anything? Whoa. Maybe the boiler outside was inspired by that design. So next over there is a door. Another desk. And the entrance. Not sure what I'm looking at there other than just a crack in a slice of wood. That had better not be a torture device. It looks a bit too large for that sort of thing, but, you know. Okay, well, lots of stuff around here. I don't believe any of it serves any major purpose. What is this door? Can I go out this door? That, I guess, is going to take me to another island again. Maybe to this other place that we see on the right. I was trying to look right there, but anyway. Yeah, we came in here into the slag heap from this island. And that's the structure that I was looking at earlier from over there. So, can I call the transporter here? If so, I'll say cool, awesome. And then I'll call it for tonight because it's late. I started late, but I feel like I've had a good stream tonight. Except for that first hour or two where I was coughing my lungs up the entire time and couldn't stop. Yep, one more island over there. I don't know if there's a fifth one. I have a memory of this game coming out on 5 discs back in the day, but I don't know whether there's truly a fifth island around here. Right, transporter's here. So at this point, I can either take this or go back to the gold dome. I think what I'll do is I'll rotate this. And then first thing tomorrow, we will thrust that lever forward and we'll check out what this island ahead of us has to offer. Yeah, that's where I'm going to call for tonight. I need to get some sleep. So, tomorrow we'll play some Hitman as always. I believe there's a new set of featured contracts up. I don't know who made those contracts. I might check that out very quickly just before I quit. But big thank you to Good Night Jagar. Thank you, Dudettes. I got it right this time. Swoon Carcass, Golden Gas, Leaf Abbott, anyone else lurking, thank you for doing so. I don't understand why anyone's watching this, but thank you. It is appreciated. Let me just fire up Hitman very quickly and see what we got. But yeah, plan is going to be... I did save, didn't I? I think I saved. I hope I saved. If I didn't save, I'll get back there quickly while you're not looking. But, yeah, plan for tomorrow, we'll play some Hitman during the day, and I'll play some more Riven, the sequel to Myst, during the night. Because right now I do not feel well enough to record Gabriel Knight. Plus I need to do some more research on that game. And by research, I mean reading the manual, because I barely know how to play it. Let's just see who made these contracts. Also, banana suit. How do we unlock the banana suit? We're still in season of the high stakes. Oh, this arsehole again? Really? $10 contracts. What is it? Magic Days Magical Mystery Tour Selection. Sounds good. Magic Dave 94. Thank you for the art. That's always appreciated. Oh, wow. That is the, one of the DLC suits. Not looking at conditions yet. I don't want to know. Linux Penguin, I recognize you. Teddy Fillmore, I think I've seen you before once. The Elite Institute, thank you for the comment that you made on my channel. Appreciate it. Red Forest. I think DJ Sojas, yeah, I recognize you. Stodge, don't recognize you. Alright. Don't recognize anyone here. Well, I recognize a couple, but not as many as I'd like. I'm not really involved with the Hitman community, unfortunately. I should be, and I'm not. How do we unlock this suit? Something at Mendoza. I'm looking that up. I will look that up before I start the stream. Suitable snack, appealing attire. We just need to pick up the banana. Do we have to kill someone with the banana? Don't know. Find out tomorrow, I guess. Anyway, plan's going to be I'll start streaming. Well, I don't exactly know when I'll start. Probably in about 12 hours or so, give or take. And we'll play through these contracts. If I can get through them all, that's great. If not, I'll get through them all on Sunday instead. We'll get this particular unlock done. We'll check out this pastel suit, which honestly looks pretty awful in that little screenshot there, but maybe it looks better when we're actually wearing it. Maybe. I'd like to hope so, but I don't know. I'm not going to ask Gen P for his opinion because he likes the tropical suit, and you know, Gen P is Gen P, but I love you, dude. Seriously. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, and then later in the evening, we'll play some more Riven, the sequel to Myst. That is my plans for tomorrow, and they're not going to change. Right, calling it there. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day, great night, whatever it is in your part of the world right now. And I'll be back streaming tomorrow, playing some Hitman, and then in the evening, we'll play some more Riven, the sequel to Myst. See you then.